Well, hello everybody, my name is Sylvain Rochon and I'm getting people to expand their human experience using cutting-edge technology every week. That's right. Today we'll be talking about, well, I should say this week now, right? This week we'll be talking about deep learning AI being creative. And the reason why I picked this subject is I had a lot of other subjects that were more in waiting than this, but I wanted to talk about this because I've had a lot of discussions about artificial intelligence recently. A lot of disbelief. There's a lot of people out there that are fully aware of AI being used, for self-driving cars, for assistants, chatbots, to do analytics, all sorts of applications that are very, very data-driven. Taking a lot of information to the internet. Using language, because languages throughout the internet, there's a lot of language being used, lots of text, articles, voice recordings, video, all this data. And they figure, well, artificial intelligence means computers, so computers are able to process this and emulate human beings and do work of humans on that level, using that information more efficiently in some cases than human beings even in 2017. And so it's not very hard to understand that later on they'll be much more proficient than humans at doing it, because human beings just can't process that much data and information. We tend to make more mistakes, we feel sleepy, sometimes we're sick, whatever, right? So not a lot of disbelief. People kind of totally get that. A lot of repetitive or robotic works. Yeah, sure, AI can handle that, no problem. But when we talk about creativity, people kind of stand back. It's like, wait, no, AI can never do that, because this is the realm of human beings. Human beings have inspiration, creativity, and robots can never do that. AI can never do that. And, well, AI can. Because it already has. There's a number of laboratories and even commercial ventures that are testing the waters and seeing if AI can be creative. Now, I'm giving you in this in the blog that's in the discussion where I talk about this a little bit more. I'm giving a couple of examples, which I will mention here as well, and where. Deep learning AI. Now, deep learning is essentially a type of programming and algorithm that where a whole bunch of information is processed, and the algorithms are trained, like the AI is trained through repetition and certain mathematical equations, if you will, to provide certain results, but results that are not coded. So essentially it's asked to find its own solutions using the data at hand. And doing creativity using deep learning is actually quite possible and no problem. What you need to provide the algorithms is data. Again, it's data driven, just like us as creatives, we are data driven. We have our memories which inspire us. There is what we see, which is also data that is processed by the brain. And also our feelings, which are biochemical and influence how we think and these kind of things. And we create based off of that. And also, not only that, but also music that we've heard before. If we had never heard, let's say, guitar playing, we wouldn't be able to produce songs using guitars. So having listened to music and concepts of music and tempo and style, we're able to reproduce and be creative and be inspired and do something completely unique and new. Now, AI, deep learning AI, are doing the same thing. The scientists and entrepreneurs give these algorithms, lots and lots of music to digest. That's a source of inspiration for the computers, if you will. And then you give them instructions. Okay, like for example, make music, pop music in the style of Michael Jackson. Now the AI knows what Michael Jackson songs sound like and the tempos. It can analyze all that stuff, but make something new. So it uses deep learning. It gets inspired by all the other styles, all the other musics, but has a specific instruction to produce something that's similar to something else, and it goes on and produces it. Now, how does it do it? Ultimately, it's not a one shot. It actually gets trained by a human being after a while, just like a parent would teach a child, telling him, yes, you had that instruction using that data, but what you produced here is not correct. So it tries again and tries again. And you give it feedback. It's like, yes, this is good, this is bad, this is closer, faster, slower, whatever. And it learns, and it remembers what it learns, and it becomes better and better and better, just like a person would learn. Now, we've had a couple examples. If you look at the on my blog, you'll see the videos are embedded inside. One of the great examples I really love is a marimba robot that is powered by AI that was 7 years in the making. And what it does, marimba are little xylophone kind of deals with little hammers on little keys. And the robot is specifically designed to do that. And what it needs as far as, because it's already learned how to interpret songs from measures that you give it. So you give it about 4 measures worth. It listens and looks, and then it uses its inspiration to produce the rest of the song. And that's really cool, because then you got essentially a musician, just like a musician would in a band. It's like, okay, well, what kind of music do you want? And then you have a pianist, for example, that gives a few measures. It gives rhythm, tempo, and style. And then the other musician, which could be a marimba player, for example, or whatever it is, just latches onto that, to those measures, and creates its own and follows. It's exactly the same principle, because the marimba robot learned from iteration and knowing what's good and bad, and what sounds good, what sounds bad, and whatnot. And now it can produce unique songs based on any measure you feed it. Now, the second example that's in my blog is Amper AI. You can find that just by doing a Google search. It is a commercial venture. It is in beta, so you can join it and test it out. It's the same kind of AI, but it creates an instrumental of a whole song. And what you give it, you choose different styles that you want the music to sound like, and you give it a tempo that you want, and it'll produce the instrumental for you. Now, a musician, well, actually, she's a singer called Terrence Southern. She's used this as a replacement for her band for a Lissa song. You can go and check it out. And then she added her own lyrics, of course. Like she sings her own lyrics. So she made the instrumental using Amper AI. And then Amper AI is a little bit. It's a software, so you can, after it produces it, you can kind of modify it a little bit to change the rhythms and the sounds and the beats, and a little bit to taste, to kind of fit what she had in mind as far as tempo and changes and shifts. And then she recorded her own voice, and she added that track, and that made the song. Amazing, great stuff. So this has become a tool for a person, for example, like me. I do sing a little bit, but I don't know how to play any instrument. I don't have a band or anything like that. I could use this tool to create music, and then I could basically sing over it using my own lyrics and create songs that would be very interesting. And you can try it too. The beta's on, and as you can check it out, I believe I put the link in my blog as well, so you can go over there. But the point is that we already have experimental and commercial versions of creative AI, because being creative is not a mysterious process. It's based off of recorded memories, things that we know. It's based off of essentially data, just like anything else. AI can't do it. AI can accomplish anything that a human being does if we continue down this path of learning how to build AI that learn well, and putting them in the right track. And like I mentioned before in a lot of my blogs and my videos about AI and our future, AI and robots will eventually probably be partners with us in doing pretty much anything we want them to do. There is no need in our future for us to work for a living. We can have AI that have pleasure in doing things better than us to provide us with the means to survive and live and be safe and secure, which leaves us human beings to do things that we really want to do, not things that we need to do. And that's freedom. That freedom to be creative yourself, out of pleasure to being creative, not because you need to be creative or to work because you're afraid to not have a paycheck. In the future, when AI is really taking over or can potentially take over our jobs completely, not very far from now, human beings won't need to worry about any of that things. And you make music, or you make science, you make engineering, you teach because you want to, because it's something that you feel comfortable with, that you feel you want to do, not because you have to. So you don't have that stress. So that's fascinating and powerful. Think about it. Hey, participate in the exploration of these new AIs, especially the creative ones, because those are just, it's art. It's something that has no usefulness except our own enjoyment. So enjoy it. That's going to be it for this week. Next week I'm going to tackle on another subject. If you like this video and the topic, well, share it, favorite it, like it, comment on it. You are welcome to do so, and I always check my messages and the comments, and I will respond to you if you have any questions. That's it for this week. I will catch up with you next week. I will probably make a video, even though I'll be on holidays from between September 1st and 15th. So maybe it's going to, I don't know what's going to happen with the videos during that time. I'll be a little bit off, but I promise I will be back after my holiday is over for damn sure. Ciao for now. Enjoy.